ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधाजलधे महितोपनिषद्गथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं। समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। श्रीवेदव्यासवैशम्पायन याज्ञवल्क्याद्य शङ्कराचार्यवर्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ अथ तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद पारायणम् in Siksha Valli from Pranava Upasana till the end of it. Let us spend 5-6 minutes in doing that beautiful Parayana. Keep the mind focused, bring all the devotion possible, the love possible, concentration possible, and vocally as much as you can do it, with which we invoke all the Rishi Parampara, the Guru Tattva, and Parabrahma Tattva and Paramatma also, to acknowledge our these efforts and bless us with the abilities to pursue the spiritual path unobstructed diligently. ॐ अथ पारायणम् ॐ ओमिति ब्रह्म ओमितेदगं सर्वम् ओमित्येतदनुकृतिः स्म वा अप्योश्रावयेत्याश्रावयन्ते ओमिति सामानि गायन्ते ओगं शोमिति शस्त्राणि शगंसन्ति ओमित्यध्वर्युः प्रतिगरं प्रतिगृणाते ओमिति ब्रह्मा प्रसौते ओमित्यग्निहोत्रमनुजानाते ओमिति ब्राह्मणः प्रवक्षन्नाह ब्रह्मोपाप्नवानेति ब्रह्मैवोपाप्नोति। ऋतं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च सत्यं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च तपश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च दमश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च शमश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च अग्नयश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च अग्निहोत्रं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च अतिथयश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च मानुषं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च प्रजा च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च प्रजनश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने एवेति न होम उद्गल्यः तद्धितभस्तद्धितवः अहं वृक्षस्थिरेरिव कीर्तिः पृष्ठं गिरेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीव स्वमृतमस्मि द्रविणगं सवर्चसं सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः इति त्रिशङ्कोर्वेदानुवचनम् वेदमनूच्याचार्योऽन्ते वासिनमनुशास्ते सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः आचार्याय प्रियं धनमाहृत्य प्रजातन्तुं मा व्यवच्छेत्सीः सत्यान्न प्रमदितव्यं धर्मान्न प्रमदितव्यं कुशलान्न प्रमदितव्यं भूत्यै न प्रमदितव्यं स्वाध्याय प्रवचनाभ्यां न प्रमदितव्यं देवपितृकार्याभ्यां न प्रमदितव्यं मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव यान्यनवद्यानि कर्माणि तानि सेवितव्यानि नो इतराणि यान्यस्माकं सुचरितानि तानि त्वयोपास्यानि नो इतराणि ये के चास्मच्छ्रेयागंसो ब्राह्मणाः तेषां त्वयासनेन प्रश्वसितव्यं श्रद्धया देयम् अश्रद्धया अदेयं श्रिया देयं ह्रिया देयं भिया देयं संविदा देयम् अत यदि ते कर्म विचिकित्सा वा वृत्तविचिकित्सा वा स्यात् ये तत्र ब्राह्मणा सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलोक्षा धर्मकामा स्युः यथा ते तत्र वर्तेरन् तथा तत्र वर्तेथाः अथाभ्याख्यातेषु ये तत्र ब्राह्मणा सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलोक्षा धर्मकामा स्युः यथा ते तेषु वर्तेरन् तथा तेषु वर्तेथाः एष आदेशः एष उपदेशः एषा वेदोपनिषद एतदनुशासनम् एवमुपासितव्यम् एवमुचैतदुपास्यम् शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावीत तद्वक्तारमावीत आवीन्माम् आवीद्वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय शाखान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयारण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुवे पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते अथ प्रथमा शिक्षा वल्ली प्रथमोऽनुवाकः शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 Having saluted the Shruti Mata and all Gurus, Devatas, the 3-4 things which can be kept always in the mind are: first one, because of prarabdha, all days may not be good. Therefore, with prarabdha, whatever the days or moments are good, encash those good moments and days for the best of spiritual sadhana. If by God's grace tomorrow's day is good, definitely we will use it for sadhana. But today is in our hands. So in today's day, whatever the hours we are good, health is good, everything is good, at that time only we have to use that particular occasion or time opportunity for sadhana. Like in one of the texts it says, Mukunda Mala or somewhere, Prana Prayana Samaye Kapavata Pittaihi Kantavarodhana Vidhau Smaranam Kutaste Krishna Tvadiya Padapankaja Panjarastam Adyaiva Me Vishadu Manasa Rajahamsaha. O Lord, let my mind of Rajahamsa enter into the cage of your own feet at this very moment. If I keep on postponing it, at the time of death, even though it is said at the time of death, I remember the Lord, I reach God, but Kantavarodhana Vidau, when Kapavata Pitta, all types of dukkha of all sorts, when they attack me at the time of departure, and Kantavarodhana Vidau, the throat also getting choked. I can't think anything, I can't say anything, I can't see anything. Smaranam kutahate. How can I smarana do your how can I do your memory at that time, your smarana? I know it's not possible. Therefore, right now only my mind be at your feet. Bhakti Bhav. In the same way, when the moments are good and golden, that time only we have to make best use of those moments for the best of sadhana. Then, what is sadhana? Is nothing but pulling our mind away from everything and putting it in Paramatma through the Jnana Marga, through the Bhakti Marga. And to have this clarity about sadhana and also remember it all the time and do it. Two things are our genuine, serious, sincere feeling for it. That I must know, I must understand, I must do. Along with that, consciously, we must pray to the Shruti Mata. We are doing every day, but more consciously. We must pray to the Guru Tattva who teaches us. We must pray to the Guru Parampara. We must pray to that Parabrahma himself. We must pray to the Ishvara. We must pray to our own Ishtadevata in whatever the form. So all these five, along with our feeling very strong for it, then be in the company of such good sadhakas. If these five things are done, then we will be able to put ourselves always in the sadhana. And one of the understanding again about sadhana is that, especially when we study Shastra, every word of that Shastra should be fully understood and felt, understood and experimented, understood and experienced, depending on whatever the meaning of that word. To a Shastra Adhyayana Yukta student, this should be the goal. And for this also, our own very keen interest. I must understand Shastra. I must do this sadhana indicated in them. And I must experience that self. Ready I am for every cost to pay. Ready I am for any sacrifice to give or do. In this way, when we day by day become ardent within ourselves and our prayers start becoming intense, for the Shruti Mata, for the Guru Tattva, for the Guru Parampara, for the Swaguru, for the Parambrahma, for the Ishvara, and for the Ishtadeva, and are in the company of those good sadhakas, the Gurus. When these are done, we will be able to do our sadhana better. We can see the result. Mind you, having born as human being, without spiritual evolution, we should not die. Having born on human being and also are blessed with the opportunity to listen to the Vedanta Shastra. After this opportunity, though, we don't have the right to live without substantially doing our sadhana. We have the duty that we have to feel. Nobody can give it to us. We have to feel. How to do? Keep away everything. Sit 10 15 minutes. Look into your own age. What was done so far? What is being done now? How long we are going to live? What is the best thing to be achieved or done in this remaining period of life, years? If these things are seriously thought over, definitely with the good samskaras we have, the thought will come that therefore, whatever the number of years I am going to live, I am going to live them for the effective spiritual sadhana, for the substantial spiritual sadhana, for the committed, convinced spiritual sadhana. I want to live. And that starts from now. Now is the golden moment, right now only. In this way, whenever we lose sight or track, whenever we become either sleepy, lazy, or extroverted in the world, or in the whole gathering of the mind, all the three are unwanted things. At all those moments, immediately with this type of thinking, we must come back onto the track of our spiritual sadhana unambiguously. The spiritual sadhana in the class, attentively listening every word and understanding. Spiritual sadhana at home, when we are opening the book, every word of the book is understood. Spiritual sadhana, when we keep away the book or satsang, trying to bring our mind into single pointedness and also purity. The spiritual sadhana, little inner, use the intellect to think what thoughts, what actions I am doing, are they helping me spiritually or they are detrimental, and then removing them. Then spiritual sadhana is remembering the mantras or the theme of the mantra in which the truth is explained, and the sadhana to realize the truth is explained. Remember them. Then the spiritual sadhana means reveling in those knowledges deeply on the seat of contemplation. That slowly takes us into those higher, deeper understandings and experiences. But in and through that, the ardent, deep faith in the Ishvara, in the Guru, in the Shrutimata, in the Parabrahma, and consciously knowing that they are very much there, knowing that they are powerful enough to bless us, knowing that they are will to help us or bless us, and knowing that our prayers reach them. In that conscious mood, we have to pray. Like when I am saying this, Oh Guru Deva, bless me, put me on this spiritual track more intensely. While saying this, it is not only mere word out of the mouth, it should be from the deep core of the heart. In that, the presence of Gurudev eternal, and he is listening to my prayer and he is answering, and definitely I will be getting that opportunity and blessings to become very deep, sincere in sadhana with this faith. That is called as prayer. Anytime, see, tired of meditation, go for study. Tired of study, listen the class. Tired of the lesson, listening, sit somewhere, close eyes and remember Paramatma. And go on praying to him, go on applying to him, go on begging him, go on requesting him. And in all these things, the undoubtful faith. You understand that? And doubtless faith in the presence, in the power of prayer, in the blessings of Guru or God. इतना पक्का होना है जैसे हम दुनिया में दुनियादारी का भरोसा करके जैसे हर एक चीज करते हैं इन दैट सेम वे माय गॉड माय गुरु आर देयर they are very much looking at me, they are listening to my prayer upasanas, they are going to answer me definitely. This pure positive faith we must have. No matter whether we are good or bad, it's okay. That good, bad slowly will get transformed. As we grow spiritually, definitely the bad we start dropping, good we start undertaking. वो फिर धीरे होएगा. That's okay. But right now, let none of these feelings that I'm not good, I'm impure, I'm selfish, none of these thoughts, though they are true, be obstructions in our intense prayer to God. That we will see today in the Shivananda Lahari chanting in the evening after our Adhyatana Ramayana class. Bhagavan Adishankara demonstrated to us in and through that. Oh Lord, yes, I have all non-positivities. Yet, other than you, where can I go for my Sharanagati? And if not you, who will take care of me? No, these are the beautiful thoughts. Through all these stotrams, no, we will learn the art of how to become humble, how to pray, ask for what, how to have faith in that Bhagwan. These things are learned from the stotra. That's why there's a very essential sadhana. So, learning from them, this aspect of prayer, at minimum we have to do. Little higher than that is listening. Little higher than that is swayam study. Little higher than that is the contemplation. Higher than that is the meditation. Contemplation should give clear understanding about what is the nature of self. It's being real. Everything other than that is unreal. In meditation, that self is me doing this type of dhyasana till that experience comes. So keep these informations in mind. Then the first thoughts, as we discussed today, see what is our age, how long we are going to live. Should we die with the mind full of all disturbances, agitations, tamo guna, with the desires of the world, with anxiety for everything else, with the strong ego in me, or an ardent devotee bankar? a great Jignasu Bankar, and an attempted person on the seat of meditation. The one was done attempt. Should we die like that? We have to think. Is it not? Every death when we listen in the world of anybody should remind us that we are also going to die. But before that, let us celebrate every moment in doing our exclusive spiritual sadhana. No other thing. Shut the doors of the mind, intellect, senses, even the house, for everything and anything to come in and for ourselves also to go out. Shut doors. This way, the one who can feel, think, and do, that person only can sit. After some months of practice of various japa upasana, can gather the rays of distracted mind. He alone can apply that mind either in study or in contemplation or in doing upasana of the Lord in the manner. Such person alone can be revealed with the meaning of these shlokas, meaning of the mantras, the deep thing or the knowledge which in the package of those Shabda Yukta mantras the Gurus have given to us, that package gets opened for us, giving the content inside that. And when the content of Shastra is grasped by me, as my own experience, every word, then the joy of that is infinite, inexplicable. So, in this way, let us help ourselves moment by moment, day by day. Now we are into the Navama Anuvaka, where Bhagwan, here Rishi and Shruti Mata is telling us not to forget the Shrauta Smarta Karma along with sadhana. So when we are caught up in Shrauta Smarta Karma, we are reminded of Swadhyaya Pravachana. When we are doing Swadhyaya Pravachana, but it is not becoming very effective. We must understand that there are some inner cleansing to be done, there are some outer debts to be cleared. And that should be done by involving in the Shruti Yukta, Smriti Yukta, our Varna Ashrama Dharma Sambandita, all karmas. Like yesterday we saw in chanting, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanasanyasi, exclusive dharmas of all those eight are told. And also there are common things that are to be avoided by all, common things that are to be done by all were also mentioned. Knowing all of them, you must keep doing. Always don't allow the mind to enter into the distraction of rajas or sleep of tamas. Engage the mind in the pure contemplation of the self, if not in the duties that have to be performed. Other than these two, all other are the degrading activities. We can do, but we should not do. So therefore, Srauta Smarta Karma, we may imagine that not required. So such misunderstanding should not happen. Therefore, iti karmanam purushartham prati sadhanatva pradarsanartham iha upanyasaha. Be careful. All the duties ordained by the Shastra to us, depending on our own gunas or our own varnashrama, are given to us by the Shruti Mata only as a part of sadhana. Because it's a part of sadhana, they must be done. All the duties done selflessly as an offering to the Lord become cause of inner purification, which equips us, qualifies us for the study and meditation. All the karma done with the expectation of any desires of the world, any outer result, then it will create more vasanas and more impurities, and more we go away from spirituality. Going away from spirituality means totally losing sight of the presence of Shastra, presence of Paramatma through the Shastra, the presence of the Guru to teach them to us, the presence of going to satsang, the thought of understanding that ये सारा वाइप ऑफ हो जाता है. That is the meaning of becoming worldly. That is the meaning of getting caught up in the worldliness if we keep on working in the world for any worldly result. They will come. You may enjoy them also. All of them are there. But the human being alone can do the spiritual sadhana. We are denied of that. Therefore, all our duties have to be done for the sake of sadhana. They are given for that. Remember, everything given to the jivas by the Lord, whether it is a deha, which is indriya mana buddhi adi, whether it's the parents around, the society around, the arrival of Guru in life, all given to us by the Lord, the Prakriti, Paramatma, only for our sadhana. That day when this clicks to us, and then what therefore is the sadhana at this stage of my mind, at this stage of my evolution, and what is next? If this clarity we can catch, we are the most lucky and matured persons. Such person need not search for sadhana much. Whatever is given to us, he goes on doing sadhana, and the next step gets opened up one by one. How wonderful that stage where we are knowing pakka what to do today, and we will be told tomorrow pakka what to do as sadhana. Thus, all the strain and stress is not there to know what to do. Same time, every time we know what to do, therefore we are inspired, active, and dynamic. How wonderful it is. सुबह उठते ही आज दिन भर क्या करना है साधना के लिए करते गए, फिर रात को सोने पहले कल का क्या साधना है पक्का, देन कल उठते ही फिर से शुरू किया. इन दैट वे डे बाय डे लाइक आवर डेज, सुबह दोपहर शाम वी आर डूइंग क्लासेस स्टडिंग टेक्स्ट like this. About sadhana also, when we come clear and do, it would be wonderful. So may all that happen to us soon. But here, all the Shruti Yukta, Smriti Yukta karmas are the sadhana anga. In that attitude, we have to do. Don't separate both of them. And having separated, we involve in the worldliness only so much as if that alone is the life. This person is called as totally lost. People separate spirituality and life, and in that, having separated, like the Bahu separates the husband from the mother and father, thereafter she makes that he forgets them. In the same way, people separate spirituality and worldly life, then they give up the spiritual, become worldly. One thing always remember, worldly involvements have no end by themselves. One after the other go on coming in our life in some or the other pretext. Even if the age is 80, 90, 100, even if we live for 1,000 years, even if the number of lives we get are more than 1,000, हजारों जन्म भी उसका अंत नहीं होता. This is a trick of mind and Maya. Right from beginning we must know. Therefore, minimum required कर दिया, बाकी साधना में आ गए. Else we'll caught up in that also. Yeah. Now we have done the chanting. Once more we do today. Om Rutanja Swadhyaya Pravachane Satyam cha Swadhyaya Pravachane Tapascha Swadhyaya Pravachane Damascha Swadhyaya Pravachane Shamascha Swadhyaya Pravachane Agnayascha Swadhyaya Pravachane Agnihotranja Swadhyaya Pravachane अतिदयश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च मानुषं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च प्रजा च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च प्रजनश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च प्रजातिश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च सत्यमिति सत्यवचाराथेतरः तप इति तपो नित्यः पौरुषिष्टिः स्वाध्याय प्रवचने एवेति न कोमौद्गल्यः Tadhitavastadhitavah. See, because we are chanting every day, it is becoming little familiar for us to pronounce the things at least. Clear? Now, yesterday we saw how beautifully Bhagavan started explaining to us. We have seen the two things. The first line, Rutam cha swadhyaya pravachane cha anushteye. Satyam cha swadhyaya pravachane cha anushtheye. And these sentences, every word should be literally understood, meaning of it. Then what is the feeling to be caught from that as commitment, we have to understand. So what is the order of Rishi or Shrutimata? Rutam you have to speak. You should know. So too Swadhyaya Pravachana also you should know as Anushtana. Then the meaning of this. What is Rutam? Yatha Shastram, Yatha Kartavyam, Buddhau Suparinishchitam Artham Rutam. Again, don't I'll not explain yesterday day before. We have spent sufficient time. That is called Rutam. So Yatha Shastram, as told by the Shastra, Buddhau Suparinishchitam Artham. Very conviction in the Buddhi about Yatha Kartavyam. What is to be done for our spiritual evolution as well as the worldly sustenance. वर्ल्ड में सिर्फ सस्टेन होना है, उससे ज़्यादा ना कुछ लेना ना कुछ देना. Either you call it as staying in the world or call it as staying in the body. For staying in Deha and in this world, what is required? Only that much is our relation with the world. All else is waste of time. Entire time is what to do spiritually to grow. That should be our focus. So, Rutam. Then what is Swadhyayam? Means Adhyayanam. What is Adhyayanam? We said, study Shastra, then study yourself and understand where do we stay now and what is our next step. The pravachana means prakarshena vachanam, adhyapanam or brahma yajnova. Teach to the others as well as brahma yajnova. What is, when you studied the Swadhyaya, you came to know about the, what do you call, the Dravya Yajna as well as the Jnana Yajnas to be done. Dravya Yajna for propitiating the Mahad Brahma or the Devatas. The Jnana Yajna for discovering the self. Involving in both of them is called Pravachana. So Pravachana's two meanings are what? Vocally speak out to others and explain. Okay. Then the second meaning what? Adhyapanam ke baad Brahma Yajnova means ourselves involved in doing both the Jnana Yajna, which is Brahma Yajna, because Brahma means Veda, Veda gave that Jnana Yajna. Or involved in Dravya Yajna, which also is Brahma Yajna, because Brahma means Vedas, Vedas gave us those Yajna. For us, Veda means nowadays the Puranas, Bhagavad Gita. In that we are taught how to conduct in the life outside, how to do the inner spiritual sadhana. Doing that is called as Brahma Yajna. That is called a Pravachana. Along with most important thing as spreading this jnanam to our next generations, to everyone around. So beautifully, the five things now remember. First is Swadhyaya, means study Shastra. Second is Swadhyaya. Understand according to Shastra where do we stand, what is the evolutionary step. Okay, Swadhyayam. Now come to the Pravachana. Swadhyaya means study Shastra and understand according to the Shastra where do we stay, where to reach and what is the path. This is called Swadhyaya. In the Pravachana, the third point, the first two about Sadhyaya we told, study and observe. Study is one point. Second is understand where do we stay. Point two. Point three, Pravachana, keep on talking about what we studied the Shastra and the people around. This is the third meaning. Fourth one is Brahma Yajnova. In that Brahma Yajna, the fourth is the Dravya Yajnas. The fifth is the Jnana Yajna. All of them are Anushteyam. We made it into five. Shruti Mata said two. Swadhyaya Pravachana. Shankara Bhagavan added Anushtheye. It's a dual case. स्वाध्याय का प्रवचन का अनुष्ठान करना चाहिए along with Rutam. Or the Rutam is one, Swadhyaya Pravachana is one. Both of them now two. Two dual case. Therefore, Rutam cha Swadhyaya Pravachana cha Anushtheye. And the word need not be told so many times because you have understood it. The thing is to be done as Anushtanam. Anushtanam is a committed sadhana which we don't give up at every and any cost. And while doing so, fully attentive is called a Nishtha. निष्ठा से अनुष्ठान को करना है. And taking it convincingly in the heart is called vratam. And taking initiative from the Guru, remembering him and doing for his sake is called Diksha. So the Vrata, Diksha, Nishtha and Anusthana are most powerful and crucial words. When we understand them and when we live life like that for our sadhana, we will be helping ourselves a lot. So Rutam cha Swadhyaya Pravachane cha understood. Okay, now Satyam. What is Satyam? Vacha Angaihi. With the speech as well as the body, whatever is understood through the Rutam, practicing it called as Satyam. Exactly what word our Bhagavan gave us is what? Uh, mm, Satyam iti saha eva vakkayabhyam sampadyamanaha. Exactly what we are convinced called as Rutam. Alone, when it is practiced through Vani and body, Vak and Kaya, that is called Satyam. Now, these are so simple but so important and complete things. Not understanding them, we get lost in so many misunderstandings. It's so simple. The Paramatma and Rishis and Munis, their love, their kindness, their experiences, they gave it to us in the form of Shastras for our sadhana to reach the stage where they are already. So, what's wrong in understanding them through study? Why not? Point one. Second, once we have studied and understood called as Rutam, why delay and why any alternative searching? Why hesitation in doing exactly what is said when it is going to help us? This is the entire crucial thing to be understood in life. Like when I went to doctor for treatment, he checked me and he found diagnosed, he gave the medicine. What's the hassles in procuring that medicine and taking it and getting cured? If you can understand it, that other than our own ego, other than our own likes, dislikes, other than our laziness, other than our prejudices, there's no other reason, and all these reasons are wrong. Therefore, not following the doctor's prescription, just like it's a detrimental, so too the spiritual doctors, rishis, munis have prescribed through the Shastra the medication of the meditation or sadhanas. उसको यथा कर्तव्यम अनुष्ठेय वाक्कायाम दिव्याम संपद्यमानः. And remember that life where I have surrendered to Guru Shastra and they told me what sadhana to do. Exactly, I am doing only that, nothing else. How long will it take to know the truth? It won't take at all any time. The time and delay is just because of our own ego, which we are not able to recognize. Our own minds, likes and dislikes, which we are not able to acknowledge or throw it away. Our own wrong convictions of the buddhi with wrong authority that we don't have to rectify. Our own being misguided by the not knowing people of the world. So लोगों का मिसगाइडेंस, बुद्धि में गलत तरीके से गलत समझदारी, uncontrolled minds, vagaries and imaginations, strong ego, all this khachra is not allowing me to do what Guru and Shastra are telling me to do so that I evolve. These all have to be set right. And only then our spiritual progress is assured, not otherwise. And not neglecting it, not attending to it. Vaguely going to class, imagining that we understood, and sitting for meditation and doing nothing there. It is not spiritual sadhana at all. We must know. Okay? So Rutam cha swadhyaya pravachane cha. So to satyam vakkayabhyam sampadhyamana tadeva. That Rutam which I convinced and took it as kartavya, as told by Shastra, executing them through the speech and body. Vakkaya means there are some speakable things, there are some doable things. Speaking and doing exactly what Rutam we understood is called Satyam. Other meaning of Satyam is what? Satyam means Satyavachanam. स्पीकिंग द ट्रूथ। झूठ बोलने का जरूरत ही नहीं है, आसरा नहीं लेना। इफ यू हैव डन ए मिस्टेक, या टेल। रात में लेट सोया, सुबह उठ नहीं पाया, तो फिर ऑफिस को लेट आया मैं। Let him punish, let him scold. All is the one which is going to help. But speaking asatyam is only developing our problems only. Speaking asatyam is like don't want to get diagnosed for the disease and allowing it to grow, and suddenly one day it attacks so much we die. The first and foremost tip for being healthy is what? Timely diagnosis. Preventing is better than cure. If we don't do that, it goes on growing in us. In the same way, speaking asatya, living asatya is only allowing the psychological diseases to grow for our own destruction. Therefore, satyavani bolna hai. So, satyam, satyavachanam or satyam is yatha vyakhyata va, as we explained to you in the first mantra, which we saw. Tadeva vakayabhyam sampadyamanaha. So the two lines we have seen. Varutam cha swadhyaya pravachane cha. Second one, satyam cha swadhyaya pravachane cha. What is the word Bhagavan added? Anushteye. Should be done as anushtana. And see the blending of both of them. स्वाध्याय प्रवचन भी जरूर करना, ऋतम भी जरूर करना, स्वाध्याय प्रवचन भी जरूर करना, सत्यम भी जरूर. That effort be attentive of ours to become aware of these two and involving in them is the only way by which the tamas of forgetfulness or nidra is avoided, the rajas of doing any other nonsense is avoided. Else we become victim of these two. Why people become rajasic, tamasic? Because they don't have sattvic things to do. Why? They didn't know. Nobody told. They didn't listen. And what is the listening? This is what. These things are anushtheye, to be done as anushtana by us. Rutam swadhyaya pravachanam. Satyam swadhyaya pravachanam. And these things are endless, these sadhanas. They end only in purification and vairagya. After that, the pursuit of truth and meditation and realization. So, करते जाओ, फिर बचाते जाओ अपने आप को. Okay, two. Now the third one. Tapascha swadhyaya pravachane. Tapaha and swadhyaya pravachano. Both of them are anushtheye. While saying so, feel in the mind coming out of all sleepiness, lethargy. I am listening this sentence, I am understanding, I am convinced that tapasya along with swadhyaya pravachana are anushtheya to me, are to be done by me compulsorily. Okay. Now, what is tapasya? Like what is rutam? Yatha vyakhyatam. That is also yatha shastram, yatha kartavyam, buddhau suparinishchitam artham. So, too, what is satyam? Yatha vyakhyata artham. Means tadeva kabakayabhyam sampadyamana or satyam is satyavachanam. Now, what is tapaha? Kruchradi. This much only Bhagavan said. Kruchradi means what? Any difficulties and hardships taken up voluntarily or as suggested by the elders or as given in Shastra, the result of which is be attentive. Our dependency on the world and our slavery to our senses and mind is conquered, that is called tapasya. And that is called tapasya because it is achieved only through hard work. And in that hard work, first hard work is conviction. That ये मुझे करना है, उससे इसका एक फायदा होगा. Of the intellect. Intellectual conviction is the first hard work. That I have to do this tapasya for me to come out of my slavery to my faculties, my dependency on the things. If this first step of the tapasya of the intellectual conviction is not gained, other things we will not do. The second one is the positive willingness, creating that will in us to do the tapasya. Itself is second tapasya. Thereafter, then disciplining our faculties with ruthlessness and keeping away things, etc., of the world, so that they don't play havoc in my mind and not allowing me for my pursuit spiritual. That is called tapasya. Intellectual conviction that these are the wrong ways of life which are destructive. So I don't want to do like that. I have to live positive. Then feel for it. Feeling is very important. As we said today in the introduction, it's a feeling that उमरिया बीत रही है, साधना नहीं हो रहा है. साधना क्यों नहीं हो रहा? क्योंकि नहीं कर रहा हूं, इसलिए. करो तो क्यों नहीं होता? This feeling is called feeling. Why sadhana is not happening? You are not doing. That's it. If you do, it will happen. Is it not? If you do, it will happen. That is why it is there for you. Do it, it will happen. Anything you try to do, it will happen. But we don't do it. That's the problem. इसलिए साधना नहीं हो रहा है. You are said right. Because साधना कभी होता नहीं. फिर करना पड़ता है. Is it not? साधना होता है कि करना पड़ता है? Think about it. In the jugglery of our words only, we cheat ourselves or we help ourselves. साधना नहीं हो रहा है स्वामी जी. नहीं होता बेटा, अपने आप थोड़ी होता है वो. बोलो साधना नहीं कर रहा हूँ. दिन क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? Is it not? If you say sadhana nahi ho raha hai, you are escaping. For that question point, Guru's answer is, yeah, sadhana nahi hoga. That's the wrong sentence we go to the Guru with. Then say the right sentence. What is that? Guru Maharaj, sadhana mein nahi kar raha hu. Then do it then. You are right in saying, but you are wrong in doing. Therefore, do the sadhana. Clear? So, kruchra, actual literal meaning of kruchra means kasta utana. Kruchrena, kastena. So every kasta by which we are able to stop or reduce the dependency on the world of things and beings, and also slavery to the faculties that they are yearning for, they are begging for the things of the world. When that is curtailed, it's called tapasya. एंड हाउ डू यू डू दैट? ओनली टू थिंग्स. त्याग करते जाओ, फिर समझ जाना कि उसके बिना मैं रह सकता हूं, बस. दैट्स कॉल्ड तपस्या. इज इट नॉट? लाइक मंडे आई विल नॉट टेक सॉल्ट. व्हाट इज मीनिंग? त्याग करो तपस्या में सॉल्ट उस दिन. समझो कि उसके बिना मैं जी सकता हूं. That's called tapasya. Therefore, whenever the salt is not there, you are not worried because your tapasya already done. In a higher level, the mind will not go for the salt at all. Otherwise, now only mind is on salt. Every sabji dal में पक्का नमक होना चाहिए, नहीं तो मैं नहीं खाऊंगा. Then throw tantrums or create issues. It's not outside, it is inside. आउटसाइड किसी को हिम्मत नहीं होता नमक नहीं है कहने के लिए, पिटाई करेगी बीवी. इनसाइड की बात. हिम्मत कहाँ है बाहर कहने का, बच्चों से या सिर्फ स्वामी से कहने का हिम्मत होता है. किसी को कहने की हिम्मत नहीं होती हमको. वहां तो बिल्ली म्याऊ. बट इनसाइड ऑलवेज दैट रिग्रेट्स. दैट वी हैव टू कॉन्कर. अंडरस्टूड? तपः मीन्स कृच्छ्रः. So the kaika tapasya, the vachika tapasya, the manasika tapasya, I have said in Gita. Then all these three also are of three types: satvika, rajasika, and tamasika. See all these definitions about these crucial things: tapasya, shraddha, anushtanam, shamadama, viveka, vairagya, jignasa, bandhanam, moksham, nididhyasanam, guru sharanagat. These words meaning should be पक्का with us. अब ये मेन चीजों को भी हम याद नहीं रखते हैं तो then we are not sincere. We are time pass brand. We have grown in age but not in sincerity. We are बच्चा लोग. This should must be known. अवश्य. So to manasashta indriyanam aikagryam paramam tapaha. Another way is what? The free natural outflow of the mind through senses is curtailed, and the most difficult thing of making the mind introverted is called tapasya. Kruchradi, and it is to be done as anushtana all the time. Tapasya swadhyaya pravachane. Okay. Now, general definition of tapasya we told. Then, particularly, tapasya means what? In this world, to gain anything or to leave anything, you have to work hard. That readiness and nature to work hard is tapasya. Like this one, coming and sitting in the class is a hard work. Mind tells us, सो जाओ, कोई कोई बहाना बना के स्वामी जी को बोल के सो जाओ. Every one of us will have thought. कुछ लोग तो क्या पता है, अब स्वामी जिंदा है हमारे, आपको इसको क्या पता है. तो यहाँ मेरी मर्जी है. जब नींद नहीं लगती है क्लास में बैठेंगे सोने के लिए. That time shona shona students, I can't talk about them. But otherwise, is it not a sacrifice? That's called tapasya. That hard work, a habit of working hard in gaining anything, the habit of working hard in doing everything is called tapasya. Cleaning house is the first tapasya, but cleaning it perfectly is a higher tapasya, because to clean perfectly you have to work hard, in which more time you have to spend, more bending of the body you have to do, more corners of the room you have to go to clean it with the cloth. That tough work is called tapasya. Cooking is itself tapasya, but cooking a wonderful dish with following every step, that difficulty is called tapasya. That should become a habit. There are people in the world, everything they hard work they do, therefore they outshine, they grow, they succeed. Others, either they don't do, even if they do, so lightly, very superficial. That's what the Indian government employee mentality. कम से कम काम करना, ज्यादा से ज्यादा सैलरी चाहिए. Typical Indian government mentality. That's why everybody wants government job. Safe, secure, पेंशन भी मिलेगा. टेंशन हम गवर्नमेंट को प्रॉपर लोगों को देंगे, हमको नहीं होता. बट इन द प्राइवेट, दे विल पुट यू ऑन सच ए टास्क. सुबह से शाम 9 बजे रिपोर्ट, मतलब रिपोर्ट 6 बजे तक. 2 मिनट भी लेट हुआ, रिमार्क्स. देन दे गिव यू एवरी लैपटॉप एट होम. अब घर में भी पहुंचते ही विल ऑर्डर विल कम फ्रॉम बॉस, दिस डिटेल आई वांट डाउनलोड एंड सेंड मी. Is it not very tough in today's world to work in the world and earn money? And that is very much required. That's why the Lord has put, because we are becoming lazy, we are becoming indulgent, we are becoming bhogi, we are getting attached to each other. This nonsense, how the Lord can avoid? Only by keeping us so busy. How? Making the cost of living difficult. So too for the children. Every private school, college will make them struggle like a buffalo only. गधे की तरह कराते उसको. Otherwise, he is really becoming gada. There are two gada, नहीं काम करने वाला और करने वाला. He was becoming नहीं काम करने वाला गधा, and he is made as gada which can work. See the children with their dynamism, speed. How many nonsenses they do with their cell phones, with their computer, with their friends. How to avoid them? लगाओ busy in गधों को. They were all private schools. Teach them सुबह, दोपहर, शाम, रात, big projects, and not like our days की 4 या 5 subject. No, 7th class student has 16 subjects. हाँ, उसका डायनामिज्म में ये नहीं रखा तो अपने आप को सत्यानाश करेगा वो. विथ सो मच बिजनेस स्टिल ही डज नॉनसेंस. यू नो दैट. Life is becoming like that. See, if you are calm and quiet in our life without any negativities or desires, no need of tapasya. In fact, that itself is tapasya. Otherwise, we get distracted in life. To quieten us, we have to do tapasya. And that tapasya is all these things. Work hard, work hard. Gurudev, tapasya, he did not sleep. He knew that to achieve this, hard work has to be done, not hardly work. Every industrialist, every businessman, every politician, everybody is doing tapasya, hard work. With right attitude, intention or not, with pure selflessness or selfish, that subject is different. Hard work. Every animal hard working in the society to survive. जो नहीं कर पा रहा है, he will commit suicide or he will become criminal, he will do negative things. Or it depends on others. So what we have understood is tapaha kruchraha. Tapa is habitual working hard, not sparing any efforts, not giving lenience to ourselves is called tapas. There's nobody. If you can become lazy by your choice, and to that, if you add your arrogance, you can defeat anybody and get defeated by the mind and sleep like a buffalo. A mother in law. She will develop laziness and sleep, eat, and watch TV, and demand from the daughter in law to do everything and command the son. She can be like that. It is her choice. So, not at all working hard. वो अपनी मर्जी अदर मदर इन लॉ इवन वो डॉटर इन लॉ आकर 10 साल हो गया फिर भी शी इज वर्किंग हार्ड नॉट फॉर द सेक ऑफ एनीथिंग इफ आई डोंट वर्क आई विल बिकम लेजी एंड डाई द अदर अर्लियर वन डजंट नो लेजी देखते देखते इतना फैट्स बढ़ जाते हैं ऑल एवरी स्ट्रोक विल कम टू हर then such a heavy body nobody can lift her in the lift or any chair she will die only don't we see टिपिकल मदर इन लॉ नहीं बनना हमको ऑफ लेजीनेस dynamic anybody in our life come to serve don't take services from anyone you work hard in for yourself to remain in the mood of tapasya and if at all you are kept in a mood of tapasya by virtue lord you thank the god like I am thanking god he is putting me in tapasya I can't even one day have any complaint for anything and sleep because nobody listens to me even to give complaint. You none of you call me, Swami, kuch chahiye kya? Zinda ho. I can't even tell. And it's a good thing. We are kept on toes all the time. To some extent, that justification of laziness, etc., is reducing. That itself is the evolution. I can't lazy. And I'm also committed, let us say, I'm not dependent on anyone. Then I will keep on working hard. And that day when I can't work hard or tapasya, I'll better die than becoming dependent on others. By the way, generally we are telling. So all these understandings are in tapaha. तपते रहना प्लीज तपते रहने का आदत बनाओ There's the other tapasya, frustration, depression, dejection, misery, crying, cranky. All that nonsense is not talked here. All the things to be done for evolution are done with a smile on the face is called tapasya. Ability to smile is again tapasya. When all problems are there, that time also you can't smile. When lot of hard work also to be done, that time also you can't smile in general. But with effort, working hard yet smiling is greatest tapasya. That's called Lord Krishna. The Krishna like living. That's called Pujya Gurudev. Every hard work they do, yet the smile in the face and the joy in the heart, not compromise even little. Even if they are under the operation table surgery, that time also they crack 2 3 jokes with the nurse or doctor and offer the body to them. आप जो करना है कर, ठीक है तो वापस देना नहीं तो कोई गल नहीं. That is the beauty of life. Otherwise कुछ करते नहीं, कुछ होता नहीं, कुछ मिलता नहीं, फिर रोते रहते हैं. Then दूसरों को देखकर jealousy and दूसरों को दबाना, forcing them, pressurizing them, scolding them. What nonsense life. Don't we do like that? Pagal. All that avoidance and committing to work hard, and in that working hard, spiritually seen, controlling senses and mind and putting them for the sadhana. All that is called a tapaha, and it is anushtanam. And when is a holiday? Only one day when we die. Till that death day, no holiday. It should become a habit. Surya Bhagavan is a inspiration for us. There is no Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, holiday or anything. Ratha Saptami, Bhagwan Surya never takes holiday. मकर संक्रांति यार मेरे नाम पे हो रहा है मैनू holiday दे दो. All these phenomenal natural forces never have holiday. Because they don't take a holiday, they become so great. Is it not? We also, there is no holiday for tapasya. Gurudev says, he has never taken a holiday. Like that, we are doing from last 2 years, no holiday. But फिर भी जिंदा है, मतलब कर सकते हैं. There is no holiday, only the death day. That's it. Every day is HOLIDAY, holy day. HOLY. Tapasya. एक के बाद एक के बाद एक के बाद. And then tapasya is general word. Anything like you are not able to chant. Try to learn, that is called tapasya. You are not understanding Sanskrit. Try to learn, that's called tapasya. You can't sit properly for meditation. How? Why can't? What is the heaviness felt? Where is the reason? Avoid them. And slowly time duration बढ़ाते जाओ. Learn to sit at least for 40 minutes. Tapasya. Morning you are not able to get up. Why? How to do? Tapasya. Is it not? Not able to do the upasana properly. सोचो क्यों? क्या करना है? करो उपासना. तपस्या हो गया. Tapasya is a common thing, याद रखना. In any gaining of the world or spiritual, what is the common thing? It is the hard work called tapasya. And the general common sentence is कि zero work, zero benefit. 20%, 20, 80, 80, 100, 100. The hard work and the result go hand in hand. They are mutually directly proportional to each other, not indirect. This principle we have to understand. ज़्यादा मेहनत ज़्यादा फायदा, कम मेहनत कम फायदा, नो मेहनत नो फायदा, 100% मेहनत 100% फायदा. See, as I told you 7 days back, remember, in some of these understandings ना, we have to fix our intellect. अब उसको हिलने नहीं देना. Like this one, the more I want to achieve, the more hard work I have to do. Fix in that. Either reduce your requirement so that you need not work, or increase the work so that your higher requirement is fulfilled. And never ever aim at small things in life. Then other arrogance it is, other intellectual misuse of the intellect. Like मुझे चाहिए कुछ नहीं इसलिए करूंगा ही नहीं काम. Then that is not correct. Highest goal we have to have, highest hard work also we have to do. See the hard work of studying Upanishad with Bhashyam. वेरी टफेस्ट. कोई नहीं आता इस क्लास के लिए, मैं बता रहा हूँ. यू आर पागल लोग कैसे आ रहे नहीं पता मुझे. I understand how much hardship you are going at home, that you are coming to the class and कह रहे स्वामी जी वाला दुख उस दुख से कम है, तभी जाकर आ रहे. Others have less difficulties in the world, therefore they go there. For them Upanishad is most difficult. They don't come. Tucharam and the Adhyatma Ramayana, see every shloka, how heavy dose. Bhagavatam also started. Parasvabhava karmani na prasanset na garahayet. Okay, this is good. But कोशिश हो रहा है, बट काबिलियत अभी आई नहीं. आएगी धीरे 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 धीरे. Continue this effort. We can see our maturity, if not now, at least after 10 lives. 10 लाइफ तो बहुत कम. मेरे लिए, आपको तो 1 साल में हो जाता है. यू आर महाज्ञानी. But for me, at least 10 lives, even more than that, to become steadily established in the conviction of what Shastra says and sadhana. Ready for that tapas. Like ये जिंदगी खत्म हो गया, और भी आएगा और भी आएगा, होता जाएगा. Luckily for us, because of throughout the day engaged in study of Shastra, कैसे दिन बीत रहे नहीं पता चल रहा. For me, I am doing nothing in the world, yet the time is passing so fast. Because of all the classes. Kruchram we are explaining. Understood? Tapaha, Kruchraha, all definitions are given. And what is Kayika Vachika Manasika? Anudvekaram Vakyam Satyam Pretam Jayat Swadhyaya Abhyasam Saiva Vangmayam Tapochate Devadvija Guru Pragna Pujanam Shochamarjam Brahmacharya Himsacha Sharyam Tapochate Manaprasada Samyatma Maunamatma Nigraha Bhava Samshutiritheta Tapomanasa Uchate. These are all the Kayik Vachik Manasika Tapasya to be done. It's only a question of taking pen, paper and taking these words, taking the shloka and just going through it, browsing through it and writing it. Then you will know the meaning of it. नहीं तो भूल जाते. स्वामी ने कहा तपस्या करने को, क्या तपस्या अभी समझ में नहीं आया. This is what our problem. स्वामी told to do the South Smarta Upasanas. But क्या है उपासना समझ नहीं है, इसलिए हमने 5 दिन एक्स्ट्रा लगाकर सिखाया, बट फिर भी नहीं रहता याद. स्वामी टोल्ड और गुरु टोल्ड, शास्त्र टू डू मेडिटेशन, बट किस पे मेडिटेशन करूं, याद ही नहीं आ रहा. Now we have to understand that this way we are intellectually very lazy and less equipped. So that we have to become sharp, we have to make it sharp and use it and study in such a way repeatedly that everything regarding our sadhana is all the time remembered by us. जब करने को कहा, बट कौन सा करूं, कैसे करूं, क्यों करूं, नहीं करूं. फाइनली सबके एक आंसर, नहीं 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 नहीं, ब्रेकफास्ट हाँ वो चाहिए. So, tapaha, swadhyaya, pravachane. Again, don't say that I am doing this or that tapasya, and no time for swadhyaya and pravachana. Pravachana includes listening pravachana from the Guru. Okay, swadhyaya is self-study. Pravachana also means speaking to others. Pravachana is speaking loudly. What is the loud speaking? By practice. Practicing is a loud speech. That practicing speech is louder than not practicing but loudly speaking. Because people learn from us when we do, not when we speak. When we speak, they listen. When we do, they learn. Children also. When we speak, they listen. But when we do, they learn. So to teach others, we have to do the things. That's it. Doing is the teaching. If you don't do, they don't learn. If you do, you will not teach. They learn. These are all sublime things, but those maturities are not there in today's world. आजकल बस दुनियादारी, पैसे कैसे कमाए, कैसे मौज में मस्ती में रहे और कैसे एक दिन सो जाए, मर जाए. This is the very lowest life world is going on. Unfortunate that we are brought into this world. At the most, all the intelligence is used only in developing technology, making the life more comfortable, in rocketing. Some nonsense. There's no values, there's no spirituality. देर आर नो डेप्थ. जिंदगी में ना डेप्थ चला गया, सब सुपरफिशियल. सुपरफिशियल स्माइल, सुपरफिशियल हरिओम स्वामी जी, सुपरफिशियल कमिंग टू द क्लास, सुपरफिशियल कॉल अटेंडिंग, कॉलिंग, वेरी सुपरफिशियल. इवन टू पेरेंट्स, जेन्युइनिटी मर गया. आदमी जीना भूल रहा है. Anyway, it's a big subject, not ours right now. So, Ratam ja swadhyaya pravachane ja anushtaye, feel in the mind. Satyam ja swadhyaya pravachane ja anushtaye, feel in the mind. Then, tabasya swadhyaya pravachane ja anushtaye. And then under the tapasya we already explained, and yet specifically separately, these two things are also said as tapasya. They are separately said. Parts of tapasya separately explained. What is that? The fourth one. Damascha swadhyaya pravachannecha. याद रखना, इंद्रियों से और मन से ये जो जंग होता है ना, लड़ाई, इसका जिंदगी भर होता है. कभी भी नहीं कह सकते हम जीत चुके हैं. Even with the mana and senses, हमेशा. So damacha swadhyaya pravachane is the next one we are trying to understand. Anushtaye is to be added. After adding, what is swadhyaya pravachana? Just remember once, because so many times it is said only to make us remember so many times. So swadhyaya means what? Adhyayanam. Pravachanam means adhyavanam. Brahma yajnova. Anushtaye, anushtana karna. Then what is the newly introduced word? Damaha. What is damaha? Damaha is explained by his word. Damaha bahya karana upashamaha. Bahya karana upashamaha. Damah kaha. Bahyendriya nigraha. The Dhamma includes control of all the 10 indriyas. All the 10 indriyas called Bahya. with compared to the Antaha Indriyas of four called as Antaha Karana. So Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankara or Antar Indriya or Antakarana. The five Jnanendriyas, five Karmendriyas are Bahya Indriya and Bahya Karana. So the regulation, disciplining, mastering, controlling of all these 10 external faculties is called Damaha. Anushtaye should be done as Anushtan. Now, always remember, we discussed about it at length in one of the classes. So much detail we will not do, but only we give the hint. What is that? Dama means control of the 10 indriyas, doesn't mean of not using them. The Dhamma means pulling them from the misuse and putting them for the right use. If this is not understood, always by the wrong word, the control, we only come to a conclusion that not to use. Like controlling children means what? हाथ पैर बांध के? No, not allowing him to do what he likes to do and making do what he should do. It's called controlling children. What the meaning of controlling scooter? पार्क करके ताला करना है क्या? Then खरीदा क्यों? Means the scooter should not go in the way it wants. It should go the way I need or want. That's called control. So sometimes the English words don't give right meaning. Or right giving meaning giving words we have to search. That's why I don't like the word either control or even management. I to say the right utilization with inspiration of the faculties is called the real damaha. Damaha chakshuradi bahyendriya nigraha. No, how and why they have to be done? For some background reasons. As we said, background reasons क्या है? एक क्या है? These perceptions five and the activities five are Maya and will never end and always are obstruction both for our dharma as well as adhyatmikata. In the adhyatmikata, both upasanas come, jnana comes. सो आध्यात्मिकता रूपी उपासना और ज्ञान के लिए और दुनिया में जो काम करना है धर्म इसके लिए भी दिस अनकंट्रोल अनरूली इंद्रियास आर बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम and they have no end and they are just maya. Therefore, unless we understand the logic behind the need of disciplining them and deliberately control them, they won't get controlled, then the life is slavery to them. Think coolly. We are not thinking, therefore we are not understanding, therefore we are not convinced, therefore we are not practicing, therefore we are not growing. Either you or me, एक ही बात. Like eyes. Controlling eye means what? Closing eyes? Patti lagana? No. Controlling eye means with the eye you are able to see the Lord in your puja room. With the eye you are able to see the creation of Lord and its glory and appreciate. But are we able to do that? No. Why? The mind is full of impressions. About what? About the forms, etc. Brought into the mind by whom? The eyes. Because of what? It's non control. And what is a non control? All the time using the eye to watch TV. And all the impressions of those things they enter the mind. With that mind, when we sit for looking at the face of Lord, feet of the Lord, कैसा होगा वो? No, देखो, I don't want to control mind or use the eyes to see Paramatma. I am busy, happy by whatever word you call misuse or use. I'm happy with my eye looking at the worldly things and become attracted and all. मेरे को ऐसा ही जीना है. If you decide like that, namaskar to you. We don't involve. We don't talk to you. It is your life. Nobody, even Bhagwan, after given freedom, like a guru, when he gives sannyasa to disciple, he says, "You are not in my hands control now. You are left to free. Jao. Ye zindagi tumhara." Guru will say that you are freed from my clutches. One sannyasa is given. So to once Jiva is given freedom as human. भगवान says जो तुम करोगे उसका फल मैं दूंगा, लेकिन क्या करना it is left to you. It is your freedom. Understood? But if you think that no, I want to focus on the Lord, I'm not able to do that. Please tell me the reason in sadhana. You are seeking the answer, we will give you. That is what you have to do, the control of your eye from looking into unwanted things. And you can do experimentation. एक हफ्ता दोनों काम करो. Don't allow the eyes to look anything of the world. Use the eye only to see the form of the God. Why will not the world go away from the mind, and why will not the God come? It is as simple as that. But we think we listen to simple things and do them. We make them so complicated, and once they are made complicated, we say it is impossible. How do we make complicated? Ramji, how can I not see the TV? And then I'll be lagging behind. Everybody watches TV and discusses the programs on that. अगर वो लोग बात कर रहे हैं मैं कुछ बोल नहीं पाऊँ तो कैसा? So they'll think me as Buddhu. They want to discuss with them, talk to them, must have data. I must see. These are all making things complicated. It was so simple. Your mind is disturbed, agitated. You are not able to focus because the mind is gathering all impressions from the senses, especially the eye. Don't do that. Simple, but no. Then other complications, but no, 2-4 देखूंगा, 4-5 देखूंगा, 2 घंटे देखूंगा, एक दिन देखूंगा. No, every one of them are making simple thing complicated. The underlying point of it is what? I don't want to pull my eye from the world. Then you look at it, then the mind is disturbed. You can meditate on God, God's रूप. आंख बंद करो, भगवान कृष्ण का चरण देखने का कोशिश करो, आएंगे नहीं वहां. You will only have the form of all the things which you have seen throughout the world. It can be TV, it can be your neighbors, it can be anybody who is not having any value in our life. And to a devotee, nobody should have value in their mind other than Bhagwan. Example of one thing, Dhamma we are talking. Explanation we gave, control means what? Example we are giving, eye. So to the ears. All the Pancha Jnanendriyas, they are Maya made, and the perceptions also are Maya. But by involving in them, we giving the reality to them. When they are taken as real, the real Paramatma is forgotten. Is it not the exact sentence? Yesterday we studied in Bhagavata, in the 4th, 5th shloka. Kim Bhadram, Kim Amadram Va. Do you remember that shloka? Huh? Vachasa yaduktam, manasa yadhyatam, chakshusha yadrushtam, tatsarvam maya. This was the sentence which we studied yesterday. Same thing will be discussed further in this text Bhagavatam, so too in our Adhyatma Ramayana. Clear? थोड़ा सा पूरा एक्सप्लेन नहीं किया, कल हम करेंगे बाकी. We'll go slow जितना हो सके. At least in one point in our life about these crucial sadhanas, we have to spend more time to contemplate and understand. Dhamma. पांचों ज्ञानेंद्रिय पांचों कर्म. कल 5-6 मिनट बताएंगे, बट यू डू द होमवर्क ऑफ हाउ these 10 indriyas are making us extroverted and worldly and making our life miserable and making spirituality impossible. सोच लो, a very genuine topic it is, very important. Without pondering on this, and coming to right understanding and solution, we may listen to Shastra, we may study, सब कोई फायदा ही नहीं रहता. Remember that. कोई फायदा नहीं रहेगा, क्योंकि the life after all is spent only in perceiving the world through senses. No, where is meditation happening? Where is transcending upadhi is happening? होगा नहीं, वो ऐसे ही चलता रहेगा. क्लास भी सुनेंगे, उतना ही करेंगे, उसके अलावा बाकी दिन भर सेंस ऑर्गन्स एंड द ऑब्जेक्ट्स. Then how can that person become introverted and transcend the upadhi and see the self? होगा ही नहीं. So damaha is anushtheye. But along with dama, swadhyaya pravachane cha. And what is swadhyaya? Adhyanam. And while doing Adhyanam, studying ourselves, or we are according to the Shastra or not. Pravachanam is Adhyapanam and Brahma Yajnova. So to Damaha Ityadi. So tomorrow we'll see them. Sarvam Bhagavat Charanarvindar. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu Vedavyas Vaishampayane Agnivalkyata Shankaradi Gurubhyo Namaha